So welcome everybody to Supreme Pool Series Event 2, and this is the losers round 4, race to 8, and the two players need no introduction. We've got Chris Melling versus Tom Cousins in what promises to be a brilliant match.
So we're back with the action in this losers round 4 game, and this is Tom Cousins versus Chris Melling. Oh dear. Excuse me, I was just
We just saw a funny photo, didn't we?
funny photo, yeah. Just catching my breath.
So who do you fancy then, Nick? Toss a coin?
Well, I say this: if Chris makes the mistakes that he made against Phil, then he's not going to win. If he plays like he did yesterday, I fancy him, even given how we've just seen Tom play. I don't know, this really is a coin toss. I'd be really interested in what the bookie said about this one. Not going to be much between them, is there?
No.
What do you reckon, 5 to 6 both ways, or is there a favourite?
I wouldn't like to call it.
It's hard, isn't it? Because neither player's going to go tactical.
No.
So the rules really are insignificant.
It's who breaks well and who takes their chances more.
Chris didn't break well against Phil, and Tom has broken really well. So that could be the difference. Chris needs to learn from his mistakes. He was playing against Phil, who was breaking extremely well, and even Chris on commentary yesterday said that he was watching Shane Thompson break and taking a bit off, and he said, "Do you know, maybe that's the answer," but he just didn't employ it against Phil, which was odd. Gareth Potts picked up on it, and I'm sure he would have probably mentioned it to Chris as well. So it'd be interesting to see if he changes anything there, if that break's not working for him. I was just in the arena watching Yannick Beaufils against Craig Brown. My goodness me, that was a bit of a marathon.
Who won in the end?
Yannick.
Wow.
I think Craig dished the force 4, and he was like 4-0 up, and then Yannick fought back, and then it ended up I think he was 10-6 up, and then it was Craig's turn to play well, and he had a couple of massive pieces of luck apparently, and yeah, he got it back to 10-9. The last frame was a real tactical affair where Yannick had the pocket, and Craig had a couple of balls over it, and Yannick had the opposite pocket, and then it turned into a real tactical affair. Got the black involved, and yeah.
Well, that first frame was over in a blink of an eye.
Absolutely. Yeah, neither of these players are going to hang about. This could be a very quick game.
Craig Lakin, after his loss to Mick Hill when he got so close, is doing extremely well. He's 7-3 up against Jake McCartney in the losers' side.
Yeah, that's been really quick as well, because while I was watching Yannick and Craig, when I went out there, there were 6 balls left on the table, and in the time it took them to finish that frame, Jake and Craig had played 3, possibly 4 frames, I think. Yeah, they're going hammer and tongs. I mean, we know Craig doesn't hang about, and Jake's pretty quick too. So it's Craig Lakin on the hill, and Jake McCartney could soon be heading his way back down under.
Well, that certainly wasn't happening to Tom in his last match. Dry break.
Clint taking out his frustration after Ronan came back against him, and he's 4-0 up against Rich Wharton. Rob Chilton, Jack Whelan. What another matchup that is. Rob currently 5-3 against Jack.
Yeah, I think it was 5-1.
Yeah. Really, really intriguing game going over on table 5 at the moment. And that's Jake Dylan Newlove is playing Jason Shaw. Jason Shaw is currently 5-2 up. Jake, young, up and coming, and in form. Rich Toomey's in the game there against Victor and Labar. The 2 Frenchmen, a really good showing so far, him and Yannick. Looks to me that Chris has found some determination. He's wow.
He's had a massive kick there.
Yeah.
Absolutely enormous.
I mean, look at where the white's finished.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
The white, the line of the white just changed totally, headed towards the pocket.
And that was looking like 2-0.
Yeah. That was definitely a bit of commentator's curse, wasn't it? I've done that a few times today. And Tom now with a great chance. Craig Marsh, Sean Chipperfield is over on one of the other stream tables. Craig 2-0 up. Craig Brown straight back in action after getting beaten by Yannick. He's playing Adam Marlowe. That game just got underway. Victor and Labar now on the hill against Richard Toomey. So left in action tonight. These games that you're watching, and then there's a round of winners and a round of losers at 10 o'clock. So we'll just have a quick run through who's still in the winners section, which is always quite interesting because obviously they're down to 16. So Liam Dunster will play Gaz Royds. Gaz has done well this weekend so far. Adam Davis will play John McAllister. John McAllister's been on fire. Adam Davis obviously close game against you.
Yeah, he picked me 11-10 last night.
Mick Hill's going to have Yannick
Practice partner.
Yeah, they know each other extremely well. Yannick is great friends with Mick, and he goes and stays with him very often. They have a training school where they bring players over from France, and Yannick and Mick train them. Carl Sutton versus John Rowe. Jordan Church against Stevie Dempsey. That's a great one on paper. Should be a cracking game. Another cracking game on paper. Gareth Hibbert versus Phil Harrison. Wow, what a game that is. Carl Donahue against Dean Richardson. Dean Richardson's performed well. He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he? Down that way. I think he plays in the Plaza cash game. Yeah, Kingy was saying that he's played in it before.
Ah, okay.
And Jimmy Croxton's got Ronan McCarthy, so that's the winner's side. Craig Lakin's through to losers round 5. So he beat Jake McCartney. I'm going to enjoy this drink. This is a
Blackcurrant lemonade?
Well, it's a blackcurrant soda. I mean, it looks like a simple thing, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. It just looks like a normal blackcurrant soda. But I'll tell you what this is. This is a blackcurrant soda that Lee Kendall bought me.
Wow.
I mean, now that's something else, isn't it?
That will taste nice.
It's going to taste really good, this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the
Beautiful.
best. That's one of the best I've ever had. I mean, I've drunk some pints of that over this weekend, but that there is one of the best. It's got a Lee Kendall flavour to it.
Let's see how hard he hits this one. See if he goes full force or takes a bit off. That was full barrel, wasn't it?
Yeah. He gave that everything. Would expect him to go yellows here. Only given the... here we go, let's have another look. Didn't quite hit it flush, so you saw the cue ball tracking towards the side rail instead of straight back. But plenty enough power in it. Yeah.
Definitely going yellows, like you said.
Yeah, as to the red doesn't pass the yellow, he's going to pot now. And of course, you've got the cluster on the right-hand cushion, so. Yeah, I'm not saying for a second that Lee Kendall's tight, but, you know, I mean, I have heard some squeaking going on as he walks. I don't know. No, I'm just joking, I'm teasing. It's a good drink.
Oh. He's out. So, Tom Cousins supporters will be pleased to see what just happened there. Can't really say that was unfortunate either, because it's a he was just trying to come up the table and back down again, but got the angle slightly wrong, kissed the red and went in off. Tom will be eager to get within one frame again, doesn't want to fall 3 behind against someone of Chris's stature.
Yeah, he's a bit straight on this, isn't he? Probably wanted a little more angle just to be able to leave a nice angle on that, on the other red to cannon into this little cluster.
So he's just sacrificed a little bit, but he's still perfect. He can just top this in now.
Yeah.
Just needs to find the gap, really. Possibly the red on the cushion. So he's got a couple of options here.
Yeah. You could play the double into the corner and just nudge the other red up over, couldn't he? Almost play it as a shot to the. It looks like he's going to just lay. Yeah, he's going to lay them both up.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's,
I kind of like my option actually. It's just to double the red back into the. Wow, there's a miss. To double the red back into the corner and try and nudge the other red back over the middle, only because he'd have taken one of them off the cushion.
They just had a laugh with each other. But it's no laughing matter for Tom now that he should be 3-1 down now. 3-0 down, sorry. It was a really uncharacteristic miss by Tom, Nick, wasn't it?
Oh, it really was. Yeah, such a great potter. And the thing is, you know, it's one of those, because he was slightly hampered. For a club player, it's a really tough shot, but we're really shocked because it's Tom Cousins. You just expect him to pot it. Well, that black tried to come back up, didn't it? That's why Chris has got that bemused look on his face. You saw it try the old Cadbury's parrot.
Nearly come out.
It did. It popped in, and you saw the whole of the ball as it jumped up and went back down again.
I think the worst one of those was Rob Chilton when he was playing Tom Cousins in the semis of the World Championships. And that happened to him at like 9-8 down or something ridiculous. Incredible scenes.
Yeah.
So Tom needs one of his breaks now. And he's got a ball.
Didn't feel like he quite timed that, like he has done with the others. Didn't quite have that reverberation around the room, the shockwave when it hits your ears.
Yeah.
But it was effective enough.
Certainly wasn't a clean strike. So Tom is slowly going about these yellows, and he's left himself a nice little angle now to try and pop the yellow in the centre of the 3 into the bottom left-hand bag, cannon into the yellow that's nearest the red on the bottom cushion, and he's found the gap nicely. But I think he's been slightly unfortunate. It's just drifted up the table a bit too far. So he may have to play a double. That might be his only shot. Looks like he's jacking out to play the double. What a shot.
That's a great shot. And this is a massive frame in the context. A race to 8. Really just can't afford to let Chris get 4-0 ahead.
No, and that one went in clean. And
I have to apologise. I'm like a naughty school child at the moment. There's something that tickled us, and oh dear, we will get back and firmly focused on this game. So, Chris Melling.
he's gone dry.
Yeah, he has. And these are the chances that Tom needs, and he's going to have to take every single one of them. Otherwise, he's just going to fall too far behind.
Yeah, so Tom has elected to go yellows. And, but for a silly position.
Oh, just, yeah, getting some messages. Sorry. I'm going to have to ban Greg Batten from the commentary box in a minute. He's going to be banished and never allowed back because I can't speak. I'm sorry. We will get back into this game, I promise. So here we go. We'll try again. So, Tom Cousins with this, well, he's made it into a fairly simple clearance now. I got Paul Moulding one side of me. I got Greg Batten the other side of me, and I can't even speak. Anyway, Greg, you're gonna have to go to the toilet or something. Go and
Yeah, no,
go
it's all
wash your
finished now.
face.
It's all finished now. We had a good laugh, and
Are
that's the end
we
of it
okay?
now.
Are we?
Yeah, we're back to normal.
Yeah.
It's just one of those little blips you get of a weekend, and
It is.
muddied the waters, and now we're
Greg's going to the bathroom. He needs to go and wash his face. Oh, calm himself down. Right, apologies. Oh, it happens. I've got to say, it happens at most events. I think it's you suddenly start becoming delirious after a time, and something happens, and you just can't stop laughing. Especially when Greg Batten's around. Anyway. He's all good now, apparently. He's gone away, sorted himself out. Referee George doing a great job putting the rack together.
Frame 6, Tom to break. Trailing 3 frames to 2. Time running.
So Tom needs a good break here. Another monster. Look at that little cluster that's sat together. There is a game which involves a little cluster like that, and there's a new, I don't know if it's new, but isn't it called 5 ball or something? They put a little cluster in the middle. I've seen Chris Melling play it before. There's a cluster of five or 7 balls. I don't know what's wrong with him. He told me he was right, and now he's come back and he started again.
can't even blame the alcohol. I've only had half. God. Sorry about that. Right, okay.
Are you back in the room?
I'm back in the room, finally. I feel better now. God, dear, oh dear.
Good.
Oh. So, he's going to somehow need to develop the awkward yellow in the cluster of 3.
He's got a nice angle here. Off the one in the middle if he chooses to. I don't think he will yet. I think he'll probably try and take the one on the bulk line first, just to, because it's, he doesn't want to have to go back up table, so probably, I would imagine. Well, actually, no, I don't know, because that is a bit of a saver, isn't it? He can pot this in the middle. He's got a nice angle to crash into the black and yellow.
He's done it.
Yeah,
it's a great shot.
And that was the reason for leaving one at the top of the table, because if it didn't come off, then he had that one.
He's
as a saver.
Been slightly unfortunate though.
Yeah.
He's made another yellow awkward. Thanks, Pepsi. Love you too. Oh, what a shot this is. What a shot.
It's gone straight back up there.
At least he's got an angle though
Yes,
now
yeah,
to
he's
develop it again.
He's got an angle to get up there again, yeah.
Just to give you guys watching an update on the scores currently. Craig Marsh is winning 5-2 against Sean Chipperfield. Ben Davies leading Sean Story 4-2. Ryan Clark 3-1 up against Tony Halpin. Ryan's another non-elite. Lee Clough 3-1 down to Ian Alley. Craig Waddingham just started 1-0 up against Dylan Leary. Clint Hansen, he's definitely angered by his loss against Ronan. He's 7-2 up against Richard Wharton. Ben Rowland 5-3 down to Lewis Calcutt. Adam Marlowe again doing well, Nick. He's 2-1 up against Craig Brown. And Jake Dillon Newlove is only trailing 7-6 now to Jason Shaw. He was 5-2 behind.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mark Farnsworth 4-2 up against Toby Bolt.
10 seconds.
So Victor and Labar must have won that previous game, playing half and dad now.
Yeah.
That's a great showing from him, isn't it? I've never seen him play before, I must admit. I've not caught him at all this weekend.
No, he's done very, very well.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot from Tom. So just needs to drop in the yellow and black for 3 each. And he was 3-0 down, Nick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's done well to get himself right back in the match.
Clint on the hill, yeah, against Rich Wharton.
Sean Story, as you can see, has pulled a frame back against Ben Davies. Ryan Clark 3-1 up.
With all that messing around, I can't find my glasses.
They're down there, look.
There is some. Oh, dropped them on the floor. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. So the scores from around the room. You can see Mark Farnsworth, he's had to come through the hard way after losing yesterday. This morning, he was all but dead and gone. 7-3 down against Max Nosko.
Max missed a couple of good, some easy chances as well to win.
Yeah, it took a couple of pieces of good fortune and some and a few mistakes from Max. But, yeah, and of course the deciding frame. Max broke and put the ball off the table. But Farnsworth was all but gone.
A monster break from Chris.
Super break from Chris.
Needs to try and take this opportunity if he can. Re-establish his authority in the match. Selected to go yellows. And they all go. Nothing awkward really. Just needs to keep good control of the white ball. And immediately gets on the yellow on the bottom cushion.
Yep.
Nice angle. Soft screw now. Perfect.
I think a lot of other players would have given the ref the absolute headache of shifting the shark rack, but Chris is going to be well used to playing it.
He hasn't got time for that.
Yeah, well, if you stun a ball across it, it's never going to divert its course.
And all of 23 seconds later, a 4-3.
Yep. Great clearance. Don't forget it's a race to 8. Loser's side.
Yeah, and Tom will be looking for another one of his big breaks.
Rob Chilton through against Jack Whelan, yeah. 8 frames to 5.
8-5.
Yeah. Yeah, so we say goodbye to Jack. He came up against a brick wall there.
He was looking strong as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. It's almost a rerun of the first, when Jack went across into the loser's side and then went pretty deep. It took a big player to take him out in the last one, and it's taken Rob Chilton this time. So Rob progresses into losers 5.
When's that played tonight?
That's played at 7. He will play the winner of Craig Marsh and Sean Chipperfield.
And when's that played, did you say?
10 o'clock.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the last match, isn't it, before they play tomorrow?
So that's another great game.
Yeah.
Jason Shaw already through to losers round 5. He will play the winner of Mark Farnsworth and Toby Bolt. So there's another cracking game on the losers side. Jason Shaw against potentially Mark Farnsworth. We haven't seen Jason yet on the main arena table. Good to see him. Look at this. Balls flying everywhere.
Absolutely brilliant break from Tom. Timed that one really well.
Ben Ronan's just pulled a frame back against Lewis Calcutt, and he trails 6-4. So the only other person already through to losers 5 is Craig Lakin, after his, I guess you'd say it's unfortunate loss earlier against Mick. I mean, he had the break in the decider, and apparently 3 balls hit knuckles, none found the pocket, and he left. Well, even Mick said that he could have potted him with the back of his cue. That was a strange miss, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if he got a bad contact.
Yeah,
I think he
don't expect Tom. It wasn't a formality, but you don't expect him to miss that. He wasn't expecting to miss it. A little shake of his head.
These aren't formalities just yet. Chris needs to negotiate good position on the yellow up furthest up the table.
Yeah,
On the bulk line.
I think he's.
Oh,
There we are. We talked about the old Cadbury's parrot earlier, didn't we? And there it was.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
Let's have another look at this one. People say look at that. I mean, it's not actually gone down into the pocket, has it? It's done a little circumnavigation of the back of the pocket and popped straight out again. People say it only happens on the Supreme Winners when players are playing the ball with pace and stun. But there you go, he was up against the rail, so
Yeah.
there was no...
And you couldn't even say it, touch the sides.
No, it was straight in the middle.
Yeah. And he's
Run around the back of the cup.
through no fault of his own, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
And again, you could say that possibly would have been 5-3.
Yeah, on those things, matches can turn.
Mm.
Yeah. We've been caught. We've been caught.
We're not allowed to have fun, Nick. You know that.
We've been told now. Viv, who's she's like a stern head teacher at a school.
We've been told.
Yeah, Viv Roscoe's come over and told us off.
Don't you dare laugh in the commentary box.
Told us off for giggling. So that's not going to happen anymore, is it?
No, that's it.
Yeah. Viv, you'll have seen over the weekend. She's one of the top refs in the country, actually. She runs the IPC, which is the independent pool company, which runs the team of professional refs, and does a great job. Does a lot for the game. And her old man is not a bad old stick either.
No, he's still going, Gareth Hibbert.
He is, yeah. Her other half is Gareth Hibbert.
He's in the winner's side still, Nick, isn't he? It really is. It's like it's a minefield. The losers section. It's like 10 mile of bad road. You've just got to keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep winning and winning. And keep winning some more.
It does show the difference between the winners and losers section, though, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I think I probably touched on it in event one, but the winners section, they came along and they played their first match at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and then they played again at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
And
they get nice breaks in between.
yeah, and
That's
then
what you
they
get there.
played again at 10 o'clock last night, and then it was 4 o'clock this afternoon, and 10 o'clock tonight. So if you can stay in that winner section, you're literally coming in, playing a game for a couple of hours, and then
You're off again.
nice meal,
Yeah.
hotel room, put your feet up for a couple of hours, you're chilling out, you're having a sleep, you're rested, and all the time the losers section are sat stood in the arena.
Sweating it out.
Oh yeah, isn't it ever though? I mean, it's not just that. It's the mental side of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep so strong.
You don't ever get a chance to just get that downtime and just rest.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at some of these players; they've literally come off the table, and within 10 minutes they're back on again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a struggle to find a natural break where you can just sit down and have a meal and a few drinks. You're always in and around the club.
And yeah, if you look at the previous event, the first event, both the winner and the runner-up came from the losers' side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Admittedly late on, though, I think.
Yeah, they were quite late. I guess there's an argument that you kind of stay race fit, but I don't know. I'd be one for the.
I'd definitely want to stay in the winner's side if I could.
Yeah.
Preference, obviously.
Well, that was a bit of a mistake there from Tom Cannon that has not come off. He's still got a shot at the pot, but look at the angle and look where the other red is, adjacent to the top right corner. This has now suddenly become very difficult. And this is a big frame.
Yeah.
5-3 or 4-all in a race to 8.
5, 4,
Clock's counting down.
2.
Yeah. Okay. Made the pot, but again, too much angle. You want to be straighter.
The only thing he can do here, I think, is he could play it with hard stun to stun the yellow into the cushion and off again. Like that.
Oh,
He's left himself a shot, though.
Yeah. So close to in off.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's hanging there.
I think is the knuckle in the way to play it in the right hand bottom bag? Or is he okay? I think he's okay. He's going to play it in the right hand bottom bag.
Yeah.
This is a big shot in terms of the match. He needs to give this everything he's got. Concentration.
Awkward queuing right across the knuckle as well. You can get to the top of the ball.
Yeah.
But clock's running down.
10 seconds.
Just had the 10 seconds called. No extension left.
That's
Ooh,
a great
what a
shot.
great shot. What a super... Ooh, where's the white ball? Oh, everyone in the arena just held their breath for a second. They went to applause and then they stopped and held their breath for a few seconds.
So we're locked at 4-all between these two great players. And we'll let the referee set them up and we'll be back for the frame 9. So here we go. Massive break there from Chris, and he's been
Ball spotted.
pretty unlucky, although he can elect yellows.
Yellow ball's in play.
Just play a little. Chris can't believe where it's finished. That's about all he could do there. He has left Tom a pot, red up to the top left hand pocket. He could cut it in the middle, but that's dangerous, as he could be knocking the white off a red or a yellow and going in off. He catches it slightly wrong.
Seconds. Extension.
So he's readying himself to take this one on. Up the top pocket. Great shot. Got another red down the rail if he wants to, or Yeah, it looks like he's going for the red down the rail. Just got to cue these in. Pockets play fairly generous if you don't hit them too hard. Yeah, nicely in. This should be dot to dot now. I think the red closest to the yellow goes up to the top left-hand pocket, so he could just roll this one in, leave himself straight on the red closest to the yellow, and then should be home and dry.
Yeah, and this will be the first time that he's been ahead in this game as well. Mark Farnsworth and Toby Bolt are locked up now at 5 each.
Yeah, Mark was he 5-3 up, 5-2 up?
Yep. I see a couple of games have disappeared. I'll just pop across and see if I can find the results in those. I know the Craig Marsh one's gone, so Lakin beat Jake McCartney, we knew that one. Lewis Calcutt beat Ben Rowland, so he's gone, he's out. Clint Hanson beat Rich Wharton. Yeah, Craig Marsh beat Sean Chipperfield 8-3. I mean, that's some win against Chippy. So it's heating up nicely. We're somewhat over the halfway point in the event. Yep, job done. Frame in the bag. Where's your money now?
Yeah, it's Tom to break as well, isn't it?
It is.
So he's got the upper hand, and it's also getting closer to the finish line as well. So if he can pull two clear, I'd have to say he's heavy favourite, 6-4.
Victorine Labar, 2-1 up against Arf and Dad.
Sean Story's pulled one back against Ben Davies. Now only trails 6-5. Adam Marlowe still winning 3-2 against Craig Brown.
Do we have any West Country interest left in? Jez and
No.
Jamie are out.
I
Aren't
think we're all but
Darren's
done.
gone.
Yeah.
Mike King's gone.
Yeah,
Max Nosko. Thompson.
he's gone.
Frame 10, Tom to break.
I missed the Thompson.
Yeah, he unfortunately lost to Ryan Clark earlier on.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that's all she wrote for us.
See Craig Marsh watching with interest.
God. Has he got the winner?
Huge.
Bull potted.
I can't remember who Marshy's got, to be honest. Let us see. Jason Shaw beat Jake Dylan Newlove. So we're looking. Craig Marsh has Rob Chilton. Could be a final.
Yeah, it's a great match, isn't it? Jason Shaw plays the winner of the Farnsworth game, I think.
10 seconds.
Yep.
Extension.
Craig Lakin still in there. Lewis Calcutt. Lewis non-elite, I believe.
Yellow's nominated.
You had a
So-
few horses in the Calcutta, didn't you?
Yeah.
Farnsworth.
Yeah, and Josh Kane, obviously, he's not doing too great. Oh, I think he's gone actually. But I'm pretty sure I had Jez Graham's group.
Yeah.
I'm sure I did, and I'll have to double check it, but I'm sure I have. And I'm not sure if Adam Marlowe is on the list. I think he
right.
might be.
Oh wow.
So that he's doing well.
Yeah.
That might be
I suppose we're slowly coming to that point where the non-elite becomes of interest, just
That's
to see
right.
how many
Are left in it.
non-elites are left in.
Yeah.
Of course, the last one was, I want to say it was Callum Singleton. Am I right in thinking in the last event? I can't remember.
No, I
But
think it was Stefan Rosidi, wasn't it?
Stefan Rosidi, of course it was. Callum would have been,
He lost to Tom, didn't he?
Lost decided to Tom.
Yeah, that's right.
When he had a great chance as well.
Oh, that's a bad
Amazing
shot from Tom.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he had a chance to clear up, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's getting to that point where we start to look at the non-elite. Don't know how many are still in. I mean, Tony Halpin's still there. He's non-elite. Ryan Clark.
Is there any way you can check the groups on your phone to see a list of the groups, or was that on
It was on the
players page?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
I wouldn't just mind double checking if I'm shouting for Adam Marlow when I shouldn't be. So Chris has just tied up that bottom pocket. Tom's in a bit of trouble now.
Seconds.
So Tom's going to, I think he's tried to get straight on the black, to play the black on top onto the yellow, pot the red. He's just come off straight, and if he hits it too hard, the white could go in off. So just needs to be careful if that's the shot he's going to play.
Foul, 2 visits.
Nice shot from Tom. Regains the advantage in the frame. There is a gap between the cushion and the black to get a red in, knock them out, but it's getting on the getting the right angle. See what Chris plays.
10 seconds. Extension.
No, I was shouting for Adam Marlow when I shouldn't have been.
Yeah, so Group 1, Ian Alley is still in, albeit behind, against Lee Clough. Gareth Higgins, I think he's gone. Ryan Pisani is...
Gone?
No, he's 4-1 up against Simon Fitzsimmons.
Oh yeah, of course he is, yeah.
Phil Milan's gone, Zach Shepard's gone, Ben Mackey gone, Daniel Bishop has gone, Richard King. I know, he's still there. He's playing Harjeet Singh. He's 6-3 down. Jez Graham gone. Richard Conn, despite a good showing, I believe, is gone. Michael Smout, Alex Bailey, Darren Lightfoot, Ian Duffy, Carl Howe, Dean Richardson. Well, Dean Richardson's still on the winner's side.
Yeah. Wow.
Ross Smith, Bash Maksud, Andy Barber, and Jamie Graham. I mean, that's just the first 5. There's loads more. Rich Warren's gone. Stefan Rosidi. Yeah, Tony Halpin, he's still there. Jeremy Hooper?
No, he lost earlier on to Adam Marlow.
Oh yes, of course, yeah. I saw that game. Christy Caulfield's out. This is Cole Bedford. Paul Riley was around, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Paul Riley was, I think he may have lost his last round, but I'm not sure. So from 5-all, Mark Farnsworth has gone 7-5 ahead against Toby Bolt. Adam Marlowe and Craig Brown have been locked at 3-2 for what seems like an eternity. Harji Singh is 7-3 up against Richard King.
So the one at the moment who is looking favourite,
Yeah.
it can all change, but the only non-elite on the winner's side is Dean Richardson. Gaz Royds, is he non-elite?
I think he might be.
Yes, he was. He was in Group 15.
And then you've
so
got
there's
2 in the winner's side, and then you've got obviously all of the other guys in the loser's side.
Yeah.
People like Ryan Clark, etc. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Clark against Tony Halpin. They're playing each other at the moment. They're both non-elite.
Non-elite. Ryan is 4-2 up currently.
Yeah, so they'll both go through. I mean, it's always worth keeping a close eye on because it's not an insignificant amount, is it? I mean,
Well,
it's
it's
like
£4,300.
£4,300 for the highest non-elite. So, you know, and some of these groups sold for 250, 300 quid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Group 8 went for 350. Group 5, 200 quid. Group 4 with Dean Richardson, still in the winner's side, 200 quid. So somebody could be picking up £4.5 grand for a £200 outlay.
Not a bad return.
Amazing. That's where the real value is, isn't it? In fact, all of those groups on day one seem to go fairly cheap compared to the subsequent days. So this game's very much a game of two halves. It's been a real turnaround, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Chris out to a 3-0 lead, and it's been pretty much all Tom since. So Chris Melling needs to win basically a race to 5, 4 frames to 1. That's going to be a bit of an ask against Tom Cousins' break, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Tom has now gone massive favourite. This is a must-win frame for Chris. Huge white ball.
Ball botted.
Jumps up into the air. And a real turning point for this was that the ball that ran around the back of the pocket, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be
because that was 5-3 for 5-3, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if the game played out the same subsequent to that, it would now be 5-all.
Yeah.
Instead of 6-4 down, and Chris would be in a much more comfortable position.
You'll be feeling very aggrieved after the match.
Yeah.
Through that, I would have thought, if does go on to lose. So Lee Clough 6-3 up against Ian Alley. Craig Waddingham 5-1 up against Dylan Leary. So Chris just going to stun down for the bottom 2 yellows. A little bit closer to the cushion than he would have liked. because he wanted to play this one, the bottom, the one he's playing now first. See what he does. That's a great shot, great shot. Now he's perfect, just screw back off the cushion for the yellow in the middle. And within a blink of an eye, we'll be going to 6-5. What would he have done if that one had jumped out?
Did that one nearly pop out as well?
But he thought about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you something. I just want to show you. Look at this. This is what Gareth Hibbett does in his downtime. He sits in the interview room pretending he's being interviewed by people because he's not been in there this weekend. So he sits in there.
Perhaps he's mentally preparing for when he does get in there.
He sits in there in the interview room and he practices. This is how professional he is.
Yeah, but he's not even facing the commentators.
Well, yeah, I know, but Viv's interviewing him. That's what it is. She's stood there.
She's out of picture, is she?
Yeah, she's just out of shot.
Yeah.
And he's going, ask me some questions.
Yeah.
Ask me a couple of questions. This is what he does.
Well, that's fantastic.
In between every match, this is what he does. He comes in here.
That's why he is in the
he's in the winner's section,
yeah. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, well, that's what you call dedication.
Well, it is.
Preparation. So what's going to happen now? When he wins his next game in the arena, he's going to come in and he's going to do the perfect interview because, you know, I mean, they talk about preparation is everything. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, fair play to him. The Silver Fox, Gareth Hibbett.
Yeah.
Drinking his herbal tea.
Oh yeah, that won't be coffee. There'll be no caffeine. That'll just be.
There'll be all sorts in there. Don't you worry.
Mint tea with a bit of balsam, and
a top chap is Gareth.
Yeah, he is great. I'm sure he won't mind me ribbing him either. He's really good in the commentary box as well, actually.
So another small break from Tom Cousins. Both sets have got their problems. I think he might go for red balls. Yeah, he's gone for reds.
Again, massive frame this one to get on the hill. One problem ball. And,
well, that's a fantastic positional shot.
He's got on it. He's nailed that so much.
Check side, running side.
So much side on that ball.
Yeah. So I think Tom's going to try and leave himself an angle to drop this one in and then leave an angle on the red closest to the yellow on the bottom cushion to swing the white round. This is not an easy finish now. It's see how he goes about it.
A lot of interest in this one.
Ben Davies and Sean Story have gone to a decider.
You see just over the Chris Melling TV, Ronan McCarthy watching.
Clearly there's been a few bets on either player, I would imagine.
Yeah, there'll be there'll be a few 3, 4 and 5 folds depending on this one. I see Rich Wharton watching on with interest, and I saw a little shake of his head when Tom played that shot, so maybe he's got his money on Chris. Yeah, who knows.
As I thought, he swung it round, and that's a great shot.
Clint sat watching.
Yeah, he's still battling, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many. I mean, some players they lose, they up sticks, and they just go home. But people like Matt Brearley, he just displays his absolute love for the game, because he is always, whenever he goes out of the tournament, he just sits down and just watches. Absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
Other players are straight out the front door in the car and away they go. Ben 40, he's watching on.
Tom needs to judge the first red off the cushion, and he's done a really good job of it.
Yeah.
He's left that almost straight
Yep.
into the top pocket. Just a stun for the black in the middle for 7-5.
Yeah, so to go on the hill. And this will mean that Chris needs all remaining 3 frames. And well, to be fair, he's going to break 2 of them. So all he can do is just take them one at a time. And the first thing he needs to do is break dish this first one.
So we've got some cracking matches coming up at 10 o'clock as well, Nick, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a great lineup.
Do they know yet who'll be on the stream table?
Let's have a look. They normally put it onto the Q score page. So interestingly,
Not up yet.
well, it is, but what table are we?
16.
16. So 16 is going to be, oh yeah, Rona McCarthy against Jimmy Croxton. So 2 players basically we haven't taken a look at this weekend. Overall,
the other
table 3, Dunster against Gaz Royds.
Yeah.
Table 4, Dean Richardson versus Conor Donahue. And the other stream table is 11, Stevie Dempsey versus Jordan Church. I thought they might put Dempsey against Church on this one actually. That could be a
Belter.
yeah, that could be a brilliant game.
Well, that's a great break from Chris Melling, and all he can really do now is put pressure on Tom by hopefully for himself and his supporters taking these out in one visit.
There's so Mark Farnsworth won, so yeah, he plays Jason Shaw.
That'll be another cracking match.
Yeah. I mean, the losers round games were almost more mouth-watering than the winners' side. You got Farnsworth against Shaw, Chilton against Marsh.
God.
Clint's in there, Lakin's in there, Sean Story's in there.
Did Sean Story beat Ben Davies then? He must have done.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
through. Yeah,
Great
he
result.
beat Hill game, beat him
Wow.
8-7.
Yeah, great result.
Are you looking forward to the next one? I mean, it's Blackpool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
more at home with Blackpool? I mean, you play both, don't you?
Yeah, play both, but yeah, probably more at home with Blackpool, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. Great stuff here from Chris. Just keeping the pressure on Tom, forcing him to win the match. Pulls one back. Trails 7-6.
Yeah.
That's all he could do.
Yeah. Now he needs a mistake from Tom.
Yeah.
And Tom, we've seen him in 2 matches now, and he's been breaking superbly.
Yeah. So. It's been one of those games. I mean, it's 7-6, but to be fair to Chris,
yeah,
he's had horrendous luck, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, with the pop out, that's cost him a frame. There was another ball. And there's been, apart from that, there's not been much between them, has there?
No, no.
Frame 14, Tom to break.
All eyes on Tom Cousins. This one is the most important break of the match so far for him. Oh my goodness, he has absolutely flushed that. I think there's a skid mark up the middle of the table where the ball came back. Look at this. Look at this. Wow.
He's hit that so clean. So clean.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that, can you?
No.
He's nominated Reds, and I would suggest that, well, I was going to say...
I used to say in America.
Gone, but
yeah.
He's, excuse me. Sorry. He's got that one red. I wonder what he's going to do. Is he going to...
10 seconds.
Is he gone Reds?
Yeah, I heard him. Well, I heard him nominate Reds. Yeah.
Like you said earlier, though, that break is just an absolute weapon. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
so
I did wonder if he was going to play it off the back of the yellow and just open the bag up. Well, these are gone, aren't they?
Well, they should be. Under normal circumstances, they would be.
Yeah. Well, Tom.
He doesn't seem to feel any pressure, does he? So.
I've never seen it affect him too much.
No.
He doesn't exactly get the shakes, does he?
No.
Yeah, failing some kind of...
it's all over, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Chris will feel pretty aggrieved, I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, Tom's
every right to.
Tom's done what he does, as always. He's broke massive and not really missed. But Chris, at the same time, has also played really well, and he's had a bit of massive bit of bad run, to be honest.
Chris has played well all weekend, to be fair. His break just wasn't going from in the earlier game this afternoon. And not done too much wrong here. But he's come up against a brick wall in Tom Cousins.
I don't think Tom's too happy, though, with where he's landed.
It's not the perfect angle. If he was 3 or 4 inches lower, this would be an absolute formality. But I don't see that it causes too much of a problem. I mean, he can still take the one down the rail. And for mere mortals, this is going to be a tricky little shot, but it's a formality. I think he was just doing a bit of a Phil Harrison there, and just creating a bit of drama for us.
Yeah, keep us guessing.
Yeah, he's all right.
Well, it's been a great match to commentate on.
Yeah,
Two
and this is why
blockbuster players.
Yeah, and this is why the event was put together to get matches like this. You know, who would have thought a year ago we'd be sat here watching these kind of games with Chris Melling competing against one of the new breed and one of the best around. But, he's going to take the spoils and he's going to progress. Well, he's just
he's just watching that he doesn't go in off. He might have to play this a little bit harder.
Yeah, just looking at the angle. Yeah. Just needs to stun down into it. Never going to be a drama, was it? Never going to be a drama. There we go, and it's well played to Tom Cousins, and we bid adieu to Chris Melling. Thank you. He's graced the tournament this weekend, but he's going to take the journey up the M6 home. I think we'll probably try and catch Tom. Well, I'd like to say we'll catch Tom for an interview, but Tom doesn't do interviews. He literally, he's getting out of the arena as fast as he possibly can. So I don't think there will be one unless Chris wants to have a few words, which I'm guessing he won't. So we're going to be back with that winner's side game, Ronan McCarthy. That's due to kick off at 10 o'clock. I would imagine it would probably be somewhere around there. In the meantime, why don't you catch one of the other streams? Liam Dunster against Gaz Royds is about to get underway on one of the other tables, and I believe there is, I'm hoping there's some action on one of the tables for you to watch. But for now, for a short while, we bid you farewell.